Okay. All right, I'd like to start the meeting. Today is June 4th, 2020. We are here to discuss township business. If you have a cell phone, please silence it. If you need any information on any of our meetings or any of our stuff, please see Michelle. She'll be happy to take care of it. Being said, everybody please stand and join us in the pledge. You want to lead us? Sure. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We've been hanging our heads.
That's all right.
That's okay. No, you're looking forward to it. Okay, we're going to begin with a set of minutes from last meeting. And everybody was able to read the minutes?
Yeah.
And I think there's a correction somewhere that we need to...
Resolution 71-26, probably.
Yeah, but you need one on that?
I think Mark made it.
Oh, I already took that out, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Oh,
That is not right.
okay. So we do have a correction.
Yes.
What's the correction?
Scratch and Sheldon Road. Sheldon Road is not part of the bid.
Right. For some reason I had no idea what that was.
And we're going to change gathering to...
Meeting to gathering.
Okay. Anything else?
Go ahead. Anything else?
No, I don't. Do you have any?
Make a motion to approve the minutes with correction.
I'll second.
John?
Yes.
Green?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Green, sign. Keep going. You're on the other side.
You got everything hidden. Thank you. Okay, we're going to do the fiscal officer report now, and then after that, before we get into the rest of the business, we're going to open bids for the road bids. Michelle?
Yep. We've had $935,012 and 17 cents in the bank. The savings account has $39,288.41. The CD as of February, because they don't give it to us, but because it's only an 8-month, $261,867.55. And the money market currently has $263,022.64. I am working on the budget for 2027. It needs to be done in a few weeks, so lucky me. We're getting there. I did take some classes. I am certified public training class. My class is complete, so now I got my certificates.
Good, very good.
The paperwork's ready to go to the Ohio History Connection for the shredding. There's 13 pages of shredding out there. They have to approve it, and then we can shred what they approve. I have 13 pages of, there's like 40 or 50 boxes that we're going to go with that. We're going to cut this out.
What is this for?
Shredding. Shredding.
Shredding?
Yeah, we have to have it approved through the Ohio History Connection before we can shred it. So that's going up this week, the paperwork, so they can tell us, make sure that nothing on there is not allowed to be shredded. So we have to have that. I need a resolution for the Mantua Center resurfacing project so we can get the bid out.
Yep.
And that first.
Yeah, we're authorizing the Portage County Engineer's Office to go out and bid the OPDWC money for Mantua Center Road resurfacing and chip and seal from Mennonite to State Route 82. The advertisement will be June 12th and June 19th, and the bidding opening will be on July 2nd at our next meeting. So I make a motion that we allow Portage County Engineers to go out and do the bid.
Second.
I'll second.
John?
Yes,
Fran?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
You. And then, of course, we need a resolution so that we could get the appropriations and talk to Portage County. Obviously, the budget wasn't finished, unfortunately, when Julia passed, and obviously I didn't know what I was doing. So we need to supplement some of the appropriations because it wasn't done properly. So I need a resolution to be able to send that to Portage County for approval.
So moved.
Second.
John?
yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Michelle, you're doing a very good job.
You are.
I know it's a lot, but I just want to know we got your back.
Yeah.
Very good.
And that should be it.
Any questions for the fiscal officer?
Nope.
I'll make a motion to approve the fiscal officer report.
Second.
John?
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to road bids. Matthew is going to handle that.
Yep. We have 3 of them. This was advertised on May 15th and May 22nd, 2026. Was bid opening for the chip and seal of Vaughan Road and Wayne Road in between Mantua Center and Sheldon Road. So this is what this is for. Okay, third bid, Manways, they are 1160, well, they are 7571 State Route 83, Holmesville, Ohio.
And
Melway
that's-
paving.
What company was that, Matt?
Melway,
No.
yeah, 7571 State Route 83, Holmesville, 44633. And their total bid is $98,770.20. That's $98,770.20. That's for the chip and seal of Wayne Road from Mantua Center to Sheldon, and Vaughn Road, 1,057 feet north of Mennonite Road to 2,640 foot south of Shoestridge. And just so everybody knows, at the end of this, these will all be taken down to the Portage County Prosecutor's Office to have them review to make sure all the legal documents are in place. But it looks to me, at least this one is, no it is. So that's like 60,000 cheaper than the county side. That's like $60,000 cheaper.
That's what the county bid?
On that
I
one?
mean, that's the engineer
Yeah.
estimate, was that?
Yeah,
Really? All right, well, no way, that's good. Let's see.
all right. By the way, this is Ronak's. They are at P.O. Box 567, Burton, Ohio, 44021. And just so everybody else knows, these bids were received at the proper time. 5:30 was the cutoff point today before the meeting. Okay, looks like their bid is $106,890.95. That's Ronyak to do Wayne Road from Mantua Center to Sheldon, and Vaughn Road, 1,057 feet north of Mennonite to 2,640 feet south of Shoestridge. $106,890.95. Ronyak Construction. Last one is Jogga Highway. They're located at 14126 Main Market Road, Hiram, Ohio, 44234. On that one. Their bid is $98,059.44. This is Jogga Highway. $98,059.44. That's for chip and seal from Wayne Road, from Mantua Center Road to Shelton Road, Vaughn Road from 1,057 feet north of Mennonite Road to 2,640 feet south of Shoestridge. Once again, these will be taken to the prosecutor's office to make sure all the legal documents are provided, and we will award it to the lowest bidder or the best bidder, providing the Portage County engineer's recommendation. Don't go from the prosecutor's office to the engineer's office for their recommendation, and then they'll be back with us, bring out a letter, tell them what they feel that we should go with, and we'll let you know at the next meeting.
When do you know, when does this,
What's that?
when does it start? August 8th?
This has got to be done by September. That's all I have. That's not what you said, Joe.
Do we receive the bids for the county the other project, the Mantua Center Road project?
That's what we're going out to bid for that.
Who gets the bids? We do?
We will get the bid, we'll open them up at our next meeting.
All right,
In a second.
very good. I don't have any questions.
Yeah, I'm good. We can move in.
Officials reports. Shows cemetery report, no report. Tim Bennett is here.
Yep.
Tim, do you have anything to report to us?
Not really. I do have a question. I'm renting a school out for a celebration of life. The daughter's renting it and she lives in Streetsboro, but the mom that died lived in Mantua, but she gets a Mantua Township rate or the top 10 rate.
Your discretion.
What's that?
Your discretion.
Okay.
I would say it should be Mantua Township, right? It should be driving to Mantua Township.
That's what I thought, but I thought I'd ask. So.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I knew he was heading there.
The other question is, how's the floor in the Civic Center? How's that doing?
How is it? Like the last time we asked?
I'm still waiting to hear a phone call back from Joe.
Okay.
I've called him several times.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't, you said don't rent it out, so
Did Glenn use it?
Lynn used it.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I have somebody that really wants it in September, and I told her possibility she might have to be at the school.
I think September either way will be available.
Either way.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. All right, that's all I
You
want.
guys okay with that? I think September, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim, thanks. Brian's not here today. Rich is not here today. Does you know if he's coming? Like, or not?
Which I haven't had from
He has, I know he's been busy with a couple of things. So. BZA not here, zoning commission not here. I know Carol's here. Carol?
Yeah. Okay, I want to use glasses to read my own handwriting here. The Chamber of Commerce had a meeting on the 28th, and I had two conflicts that time, so I did not go. But Randy Ellis, one of the things talked about was something called the Crestwood One Fund. And what that's about, Randy also talked about that at the evening meeting of the DMRC several weeks ago. Basically, the Aurora has had an Aurora One Fund since 1974, and it's like a clearinghouse. And everybody who wants to apply for funds, instead of going around knocking on different businesses' doors, and then every business has who knows how many people each week. There is a committee. There's an let's see what I said here. The Portage Foundation will handle the money side of all of this, and there will be a citizens advisory board which will make decisions about what amounts to give and who will get them. Let me back up a little bit. On the 28th, the Chamber of Commerce meeting at the Lodge in Booker Park, at that meeting, the Chamber presented checks to the scholarship winners. And I don't know how much the money was or anything, but there were three students who got scholarship checks. The Chamber is forming a working group to develop guidelines for, I assume, applications and organization for the Crestwood One Fund. And there's Triple Trail Fest on Saturday. which sounds like it will be a lot of fun, great understanding. And Matt, I'm sure you know about this, on the 27th of June, the fire station has an open house on Saturday at 11 a.m. So that's it, short and sweet this time. I'm not sure that I would say very much more, even if I had been to that meeting on the 28th. There is one other thing, which I think you would all be aware of, and that is that I think that at the next Shayersville Township Trustees meeting, it sounds like the major point of discussion is going to be the data center.
Right.
So, I think I'm going to try to go to that. And you've probably seen signs all up and down the roads in Shayersville Township. I gather that there's nothing, they can't be prevented, but they can be managed, as I understand it. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Carol. Any questions for Carol? And that's it, we have no more reports. So I don't know if Richard's coming or not, so we'll just have to wait. So we'll move on to trustee.
What about, did you want me to make a report?
I do, yeah. So Dottie Sutherland's going to make a report for the Historical Society. We've been eagerly waiting for
I'm
her.
sure.
I'm glad we waited until the last one, you got it, because she's coming.
No, because I'm going to go home.
Well, we were going to talk about the septic in the school, in the church, so I was going to bring it in at that time. But let's do it. You are an official, so let's do your official report.
It's short and sweet. We will have a table at the Triple Trail Fest this weekend. We've never done it before. Not sure exactly what we're going to have some artifacts, I think, but we're going to be selling t-shirts and some books that we have, our publications and that sort of thing. I think the tables are going to be down at the, is it a pickleball court that's down there in the village?
There is one there.
Tennis? Yeah, there is, right? Okay, that's where I think we're going to be. And that's from 9 to 6, I think.
It's going to be on High Street, or it's going to be on the...
I think it's down in the park.
It's in the park, yeah, he's right. Yeah. And July 14th, it's a Tuesday, we're having a combined program with Shayersville Historical and Freedom Historical at Shayersville Town Hall. And it will be a PowerPoint program on Geauga Lake Park, presented by John Cudley of the Aurora Historical Society. And that's all I have.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, can I, wait.
Nope, 2 months too late. I said that's all you had.
Did you fix this out here?
We're working on it.
I gotta say, I'm glad you got rid of all the weeds. Thank you.
I'm happy that it's so far, but it's just the beginning. So.
Okay,
But that was an eyesore.
I know. There's nobody to do anything with it. I mean, certainly none of us can do it in the historical society.
Is that what you wanted to add, or do you have anything else?
No, I'm done, thank you.
Any questions for Dottie?
Since you're so happy with that, can we raise your rent?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't pay any rent.
All right, just checking, you know.
Thanks, Dottie.
I'm awake, thank you.
Okay, so trustee reports. We should probably have a fairly easy meeting this time, so we're going to try to get out of here. Anyway, so we talked about alarm codes. So we are going to call each each person people that have, they're going to have the alarm codes. So the town hall is going to be problematic for one group, and we're going to get to that. So we can only get 5 codes on our alarm system. So the 5 groups that are going to get it, of course, the trustees are going to have the master code. The BZA is going to have their own new code. Zoning Commission is going to have a new code. Historical Society is going to have a new code. The custodian is going to have a new code. The Restoration Society will not have a code. However, we will undo the code, we will undo the alarm for your meetings twice a month. And all you have to do is set the alarm on the way out.
Okay, well, we're here twice a month,
Twice a
second
month.
and fourth.
And to make matters even easier, if at each beginning of the month you will send out a text to myself and to the custodian, and one of us will have it, the code undone. So I do have another solution. If you guys want to use the Civic Center for your meetings, I could give you a code for that, but I can't make up another code for here.
Let's try it here, and when you disable the alarm, can you do that online?
I can.
Okay. And is that something that you could actually program
No.
into? Okay.
I'll make sure that you guys have entry.
Okay.
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 Sorry, man, Mark, but it's the only way that was gonna work.
Yeah, the only other thing that I thought of after the meeting was if it could be, say, remotely disabled or, programmed for the second and fourth Mondays, to be turned off at, let's say, 6:30.
So anyway,
So let's try
that
that.
is what it is, and it's gonna have to be that way, so.
This coming
I will-
Monday will be our first meeting without a code. So you say text you and Tim?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll probably do it, I'll just do it online.
Okay. And if something goes wrong, anything goes wrong, what, give you a phone call?
You won't have to. I'll know the alarm's going on.
I know the one time when I came in here, that thing just turned loose.
I know.
I missed the button on there.
I'm trying to make everybody happy, but when you only have 5 codes, nothing you can do.
What was the cost to upgrade the system for additional codes?
You can't. I would have done it. 5 is the limit on each one of these
Guess what
systems.
the cost of it was to upgrade.
You can't, you
Bigger
can't,
system.
you can't.
Okay.
You can't, it comes, the alarm system itself comes with 5 codes for each.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was another system that you could upgrade to, because I've seen it.
So yeah,
advertised
we
here
can
and
go
there.
spend, we can get rid of this one and go buy another one. I mean,
Well, I was
I don't
thinking,
think I
since
want
you're dealing with Simply Safe, I believe it is,
yeah,
if they'd had another product that
no,
would have allowed more.
no, believe me, I checked.
Okay.
So I will send out an email to the BZA, Zoning Commission, Historical Society. I'll send you a text, and of course the trustees will have their own code for every building. So
Don't worry, Mark, about setting off the alarm. We do it frequently.
so we're all set on that, Mark?
Yippers.
All right.
John, is the school staying the same, or are you putting an alarm system on the school?
No,
Okay.
not putting.
I just wondered.
You mean for like the annex and stuff?
Yeah. Okay.
That door, you know, that was.
So that.
No, because there's no records, there's nothing that people could, you know what I mean? You want to try to keep all that safe.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to no pet. We have no pet grant coming. We need a couple of resolutions. We need a resolution to authorize all actions necessary to accept Northeast Ohio's Public Energy Council NOPEC's 2026 Energized Communities Grant. So, I will make a motion to approve the resolution for the grant.
Second.
John,
Yes.
Fran,
Yes.
And then Michelle, you're going to be able to, I'll sign that and you'll be able to do your attestment and we'll get that into. We are going to use the grant to pay for the garage doors.
Yeah, we already talked about that, yeah.
I just want to get a nod from
Not really.
that. We want to pay for the whole garage door.
Yeah.
Okay? Any questions, guys?
No, I have nothing. No, we're good.
And this will have to be in by June 30th. We'll still have money left.
I hope so. We got a lot of stuff to do.
The rest of the stuff is things that we have been working on. I know Dottie brought up one was the grading that we did out there for the town hall, town square improvements. Do we have anything else to discuss on that?
Yeah, so, on the house, we, the main entrance door is gonna be in the back, so we were gonna put parking in the back behind the back of the building. We have to make the door ADA compliant. It's gonna have to have a wheelchair ramp, a landing. It's hard to find somebody that will do that whole project because you got people that'll put doors in, you got people that'll do the ramp. I did find one company that would do everything. Actually, it's the guy lives in the township as well. And this is the only estimate I got. I didn't get another estimate because I want to make sure we we're going to move forward with this first.
Well, before you, if you want to seek another estimate before you give up any pricing, I think, I'm okay with one.
Reasonable.
Yeah, I'm okay with one.
Yeah.
Unless you guys want to get another one, and like Grant says, it's difficult
No,
to
for
get
that-
someone to come out here and do a couple.
No, we actually need to move on that project, so I have no problem with that.
And what we're talking about is the school lane, and school lane is now the fiscal office.
Right.
And so, and the zoning, yeah, cemetery is in there, and the zoning inspector is in there. So people will want to come and see these folks, and if we don't have handicap accessibility, that won't look good for the township. So go ahead, Brandon. Steal your thunder.
Okay, so the base bid was $84.60. That's for the door, all the labor, and 12-foot ramp with wheelchair. It's a wheelchair ramp with handrails, $17.59, and that includes shipping. So
Is it aluminum?
Yeah, and he's following the ADA compliant rules, right?
yeah, he does a lot of commercial work.
He does.
What is the company?
Seven Sons Structural Construction. I did ask him how soon he could get to it, though I probably should do that.
One thing I'd make a suggestion is make sure for the ramp that you go ahead and get engineered drawings ahead of time and you build them to the engineered drawings first before you actually have it built, because you won't get approval from the Portage County Building Department for the actual ramp and stuff like that until you get engineered drawings, and it has to be built to those engineered drawings.
And I know you're speaking of experience on
Yeah.
this.
So,
That's why I was making sure, that's why.
so make sure he has engineered drawings with an engineer's stamp on it before he actually builds it, so.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because those drawings could be a couple thousand.
Yeah, I just paid almost 6. Yeah, so we'll table this. We'll find out.
If it's an extra cost.
Yeah, well, it's the tone says it's based on drawings, meetings, discussions, and customer requirements, and may change in design modified in the future meetings. So let me check on that before.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to pass it upon approval?
Yeah,
Let's do that. We'll go ahead and pass it, and then,
yeah.
if something happens,
we'll
where we
approve it
can't
on-
honor that, then we'll let it know.
You
That way
want
we don't have to wait.
you want to make a motion?
I make the motion that we accept the bid from Seven Sons Structural Construction, pending checking on engineer drawings.
Second.
John?
Yes.
Brent?
Yes.
Matt?
Yeah.
Do we have anything coming due on the town hall? Or are we still considering doing all that stuff on it?
Some of the stuff I think we're starting with that front door, correct?
Yeah.
People are looking at that?
Dan gave us an estimate to purchase and install an entrance door, fiberglass. It would be a single door that would be compliant with the side panel, I believe, right?
42-inch.
Yeah. And it'll be a composite frame, slage, keypad lock set, trim inside and out as needed. It was $10,470. Again, trying to get someone out to look at one door like that's pretty hard to
I
do.
get that, I get all that. Yep.
So,
I'm good with it.
Is this going to be a double door, Dan?
No. The double door is narrow, so it's going to be a 42-inch door with a side light.
Okay.
And it will actually have a window pane on top of the side light of the door.
the top of the door, and then there'll be one door on the side to match.
Deadbolt,
No, will the keypad.
going to have push button?
No, it's, you want the panic hardware, just the regular keypad lock set.
Yeah, because you gotta have the panic hardware. You'll have to have the panic hardware. It's probably better.
Yes.
You didn't have that figured in there?
No, we're talking about letter handle on the inside, and the keypad on the outside.
Yeah, before we do that, let's review that, make sure. I don't want anybody to put something in and then not catch code.
Well, let's approve the door on that.
The door's probably approved, but the fire code is probably not gonna allow that without panic hardware.
No, I know that, that's why I asked.
They don't have it on the back door.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah.
We're gonna put in a single door or two doors like it is?
It's single door. 42-inch door, the opening's not big enough to put two doors in to make it compliant.
Okay.
You may want to check with Diane Ullman and the Ohio History Connection to make sure there's not a conflict with the Register of Historic Places on that. We did that for, I think, the elevator over at the school and, the exterior on that. And then I think we also did it for the main school door. But she's the guru on that. So I know, John, you've talked with her in the past. But, explain to her you're going from, say, a double door down to a single door. And basically, say you're going to be shrinking that entryway, as such.
So somebody in a wheelchair won't be able to get in?
They will get it.
They will get,
It's a
okay.
42-inch door.
Oh,
And
I don't
it's
know.
going to swing out like it's supposed to for
Oh, good.
fires. It's covered. Yeah, it's covered. You don't have a choice to do it.
Okay.
We have to, you sit here and you look at daylight out between the two doors, and I can't even wonder why this would be a question, honestly. But,
It's under laws and ordinances and most of the policies. It's required. It's upgraded. Whenever you do any minimal construction to a building, it has to be brought up to code, whatever you're doing. So, but like I said, we'll figure it out, see what we have to have, and go from there.
Well, I
Because I don't want to
know,
get anybody stuck with something that,
and I know it's gonna look different, people, but, the way it is now, it's not workable, it's really not. You know what I mean? It's just not workable, so,
it's terrible.
sooner or later, we're going to have to upgrade this building, and that's what we're gonna have to do. It's just the way it is. So how are we moving forward on
let's
this?
find out what we got to do with Cannon Hardware.
Okay. And then I'll get a hold of Dan, and then we'll,
Whatever you gotta do.
yeah.
You're going to contact Diane Ullman? If you have-
I'm not gonna contact anything, I'm not working on the grants, one who's working on
Give
it.
me your contact.
Put a lot of time.
I'll call her. I don't know who she is, so I'm not gonna know how to get hold of her, but if you give me the phone
Okay.
number and everything, we'll.
Why don't you just call him? Okay.
Because you guys got the project.
Yeah.
You guys know the details of it.
You know what, not bad.
I'll call her.
No, I don't want these projects to turn into a 2 and 3 year debacle.
Well,
Other stuff that we try to do, I know it's historic, and I know, but we've got people that have to come in and come out, and we have to take care of people. We have to take care of that kind of thing. We can't keep going the way we're going.
and it doesn't do you any good to get estimates on this stuff, and if it takes, I don't know, 30 days, prices change so much, you can't afford to sit on this stuff too long, and I guarantee the prices aren't going down on anything, so.
Dan, can Cannon Hardware be put on that door?
Yeah, you just, I don't know that you can't use the, the keypad.
Right, okay. So then it could be probably then a deadbolt, which you don't be.
It's cylinder on the inside.
Right, yeah,
Or on the inside.
Okay,
But yeah, it's a lever,
yeah,
it's not like.
okay. All right, so anybody gets stuck with anything,
Right, absolutely.
Other thing I had Dan look at was siding the building with, to duplicate pretty much what's here. So we got two prices. One was $22,000 to do to the top of the windows, and then it was another $75 to do the cupola. And to do the whole project, it was $72,000 to do the whole building and wrap everything, and then they're maintenance free. And there again, if there's not money for us to do this, I'm not gonna go get another estimate and waste people's time, but if we can, if we have money to to move forward with this, then I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, what was that number on that?
72,000.
Okay, you're below the bid limit, so.
Is there a bid for painting?
I did not get a bid for
I mean, it's first generation wood, you don't want to cover it up.
But we didn't approve anything.
Okay, I'm just throwing
We're
it
just,
out there.
we're just.
Based on that gentleman that came, that was the preservation specialist, he said, fix the bad wood and paint it with
Yeah, I
real
know,
paint.
I know.
And they'll be doing it again in 8 to 10 years.
But Diane, didn't that one, was it Diane that said that you, I thought it was in writing, that you can't cite a historical building?
Pardon?
You can cite an historical building, beside it, without ruining the historic value of the building.
But you're covering
You're actually,
You can lose your
wood.
historical register.
what's that?
You can lose your listing on the historical register of places.
I thought that I was with Diane, I thought it was, to
Well,
say
that's
you
another
could do.
question for Diane.
What's that?
Yeah, that's another question for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when she was here, I thought that we talked to her about that. And I thought she said,
I don't know, I don't think I was.
okay.
All right, I'll discuss that with her when I
Yeah,
call
yeah,
her.
yeah.
Okay, this sounds as if we're talking about wood, which is comforting. I know it's more maintenance, but Rhino Shield is advertising all over the place, and we've been through that before, a number of years ago. Rhino Shield is not an acceptable siding or finish for historic buildings, period, end.
I know what Rhino Shield is. but
Well, it's
I'll
basically, it's
talk
a
to
form
Di-
of plastic.
I'll talk to Diane and
Pardon?
I'll talk to
That
that
would be
lady
good.
and see what she says. I mean,
Graham, one of the things, we did get a special permission when the bell tower in the school was going to be replaced. It's up there where nobody sees it. It looks like wood and everything, and, one and done. But the whole Ohio History Connection, and I think maybe Diane Woolman and Wendy Naylor actually decided on that and gave permission to do it. It's a kind of different thing. The siding on a building that, you walk into and you can touch and everything, that should be as close to historic reproduction as possible. And it makes a difference. I was just driving around today, and there are various buildings that, they're modern, but they use the same kinds of construction, brick, white wood, white trim, and what that does is remind us all of where we started. And that matters a lot.
well, like I said, I'll call her and
Yeah,
ask her what
okay.
our options are, and then you can give me your contact number and we'll go from there. I still got a lot of stuff to go
That's
through,
good.
so I don't want to spend any more time on this, unless someone's got it.
The material you first explored there, is that a wood product similar to what's already on there?
Vinyl siding, I believe.
Okay, so I'm going back to the agreement that we had with the township,
Well,
presented at the last meeting.
we also have to look as a township, Mark, at what's cost effective for us and the taxpayers and the longevity of it to save. I mean, you do this building in 10 years, you're painting it again, it costs you $70,000 or $80,000 to paint it, and then you're doing it again in 10 years. And it's gonna look like crap when you paint it because you got paint peeling off there unless they go in and completely strip it. It's a never-ending job. But, like I said, I'll check on that and we'll move on.
Your email works for the township?
Yeah, I never get on it, but it does work.
Well, that's how.
Now that I know I'm gonna get something, I'll open it up, okay?
Okay.
I also have an estimate on the salt shed. 42 by 70, And I only got one estimate until we decide to move on with this. We'll definitely get another estimate on this. This is the same company that did Shalersville. It's $75,828. It does not include permits, engineering, or excavation. We can excavate it ourselves. It doesn't include a floor either, which is my understanding on the floor, you're better off doing asphalt. So, that's something that we need to know if we're gonna do this year, or pursue it, or...
I think we agreed to look into a salt shed. It's not, no matter what we do now, it's not gonna happen this winter. But we do need one. We can't keep using what we have.
We need to know the budget, where we're at finance wise.
Right.
That's why I wanted to see if we could go into executive session, but we can't go in there for fiscal officer report or, okay, nothing, okay.
No, but, so we do agree that we need a salt shed.
Yeah.
We absolutely need a salt shed. Is it gonna happen this year?
I hope it does. If the money's
I
there.
do too, but I do. We do have other ways that we can manage. We do have a company that will
Finance.
finance.
Yes. Yeah.
So we do have options.
Right, and I still want to look at the pickup truck too, the 554.
And that's fine. We'll
Right.
talk about that as soon as we're done with Graham.
Yeah.
And then again, with the pickup, with the new truck,
Same
I think we need one, Matt, but you'll have to put the specs together and you'll have to go out for bid. But as far as that's concerned, we have help. We've paid off a lot of equipment
Right, to that company.
through that company.
Accessories on it?
Yeah, and it's almost like a pay to own. And they've been very good to us, and we usually pay our equipment off in 5 years or less. I think that's the way to do that. But I want to thank Graham for doing all this work too. You want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, I want to move forward with that.
So you go right
with the salt shed, and I think we need to move forward with all the projects, but I need to know where we're at budget-wise, Michelle. So,
Do you want me to total these all up for you and then let you know? I'm not done yet, so.
I know you're not.
Michelle, what do we have in the general fund?
For appropriations?
Yeah, well, total. I mean, what do you have available? Without the CDs, what do we have available?
Right now, after we did that other, let me look at your email.
Call Mark, he'll call.
You don't have to remind me.
Yeah, really.
Does that have to be exact, just a rough number?
After we're all done and said, you might have 200,000.
200,000, that's all set? At the end of the year you're talking? Okay.
That's not appropriated, but
Okay.
yes.
So 200 is appropriate.
No, we've got about almost 500 appropriated.
Okay, so 200 is not, okay. That does not include the CD and the,
Does not include the
That's
CD.
so that's 500,000
The
there.
money market, it does
Right.
not include the savings account.
Right.
That is just what we're appropriated.
okay. Yeah, okay, so then basically you got 500,000 for the day-to-day operations for the stuff that we're doing, and you have 200,000 unencumbered for the most part, unappropriated.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. What do you normally carry over? Or not you, what do you want to carry over? You get.
You're giving me a question that I
Right.
cannot answer. I'm just learning how to do
Okay.
this year's
Okay.
budget.
Right.
Zero.
Yep.
We usually carry over
If it's like
$1 million plus. So.
If it's like my shop, Michelle said no. That's the bottom of my shop.
We're gonna work on
We'll figure it out.
it. Anyways, moving on.
Yep.
Picnic tables. So this Bracco company, these are completely recycled plastic tables. Actually, when I called the lady, they were on sale. It was the last day, so what she did is she sent me a quote for, and I guess, because I don't know how big it is, so I'm figuring 8 octagon tables and 2 wheelchair accessible tables. So, the octagon, I showed these guys, the octagon tables are pretty nice. They're more personable when you're sitting there because you can sit and actually have a conversation with somebody across from you, as opposed to a picnic table where you're sitting 8 foot away from somebody. I just felt like that these might be just a little bit more personable. They're actually a little bit less than a standard 8 foot picnic table. We would have to assemble them. So this quote's good for 30 days. They're sending me samples of the plastic colors. Just for the top, the bottom's gonna be black because they just black will go with anything and it's not gonna show dirt. So the total on that with shipping was $11,118. So, and I do have the samples on their way, so as soon as they get here, then well, we need to figure out how many we need to, but
I was figuring 8,
I did 10. I got 8 tables and 2.
we can go look at it if you want, but I'd have to wait another month.
Another one, it really won't be good for a month. All right. So I make the motion to accept a bid of $11,118.69 for the 8 tables and 2 wheelchair accessible tables. Can we do it pending on going over, measuring and counting for sure?
I don't know how to
Okay.
Second. Sorry.
Yeah,
Carmen,
Yes.
Matt.
Yes.
we need the tables, I mean,
Yeah.
If someone wants to look at them, I have a picture of it.
If you don't want to get there, you don't want to look at there, we should never build a pavilion.
yeah, I wanna at least get one of these projects.
Yeah,
There's a big.
there's no reason to wait.
Which one is it?
The Nat company was at the thing in February.
Yeah.
Are those 6-seaters or 8s? They're 6.
Looks to me like they're 6.
Yeah.
The dimensions on them are,
What's that?
yeah, I kind of need that back.
I was next to
Overall dimensions are 72 length, 70 wide, and 30 inches high.
Yeah, so if you do 10 and they're 6 per table, that's 60 people underneath there, that's pretty big crowd.
That's a lot for you to have to clean up.
Not if there's a hose there.
There'll be a hoser.
You know what?
It's very nice.
That's something that we still have to discuss.
Is that?
We're not even near that yet.
No hurry.
And just, the tables weigh approximately 200 pounds apiece, so. And they have, you can bolt brackets if you want to roll them down so nobody can steal them. I don't think we'll have an issue with that.
So they steal and you have holes in the floor. Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just all roll them. That was really all I have.
I don't have any questions, but you did a good job. It's a lot of work putting this stuff together, and hopefully we can move forward on some of it, or if not most of it. So, anything from you?
For this? Yeah. For what, Grandma, or no? Nope, I'm good with it. We'll go down after the meeting and take a look. Sure, not yet, nothing, we're good.
Okay, so, salt shed, we got that. one other thing I'd like to talk about was our Memorial Day events. It was very nice. Everybody really took to our cemetery. It was very, very nice. And I wanted to have a shout out to Barbara Wagner, who did all the flowers and all the cemetery, the bullpen, town hall. I want to give her a shout out. She asked for nothing, and that was her deed for the township, so I just want to throw that out there. So, Matt, did you have anything you wanted to talk about?
A couple of things. We did the road bid, that'll be up. Keep in mind, next year, the OPWC, which has been approved, Michelle, that's going to be about $260,000 probably, which is roughly. So, just get it back of your head. No, I think that the chip and seal came in very, very cheap. It came in $60,000 cheaper than what was projected from the county, for the most part.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. I don't know what Mantua Center's going to come in at, but everything's been coming in, every bid, according to Mike, said everything's been coming in low. So that's good. Yeah, I would like to start moving on that F-550. I think it's time for this township. It's time to move forward. And I'm going to add a little ad-lib. You know what, you guys, we have to grow with the township. And my feeling is, and this is just me personally, doing some research on the data centers, they're not as bad as people are making them out to be. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, okay? First it comes out, they come out and say that they're going to use $300,000 to $500,000 a day, or 500,000 gallons of water a day. That's not true. These new ones are all glycol. The fire chief went down to Massillon and looked at a building that they have there. There's several of them that they have there. There was noise complaints. Everybody was just all the chatter out there. There's noise complaints. There's so much water usage. There's so much electric usage. And maybe for the first ones, but these ones that they're using today are not that bad. Just to put everybody at ease. The fire chief went down. They had a conversation 5 foot outside the building. There were 7 people outside talking, and they're talking with normal voices. And those things are running at full capacity. Now, what I will tell you, that being the fire chief in this community, okay, and going to the taxpayers, because we have to grow with the community, and able to do that, we have to put levies on the ballot to be able to staff the fire station, buy equipment, and run a business. All right? Well, sooner or later, you start paying more taxes than what everybody wants to pay, and we get that. Okay, we always look for an option to get money from the government without going to the taxpayers, and this is one way to do that. Okay, because this is built on property taxes. Okay, the ones that could possibly going in on Shalersville, okay, the schools are going to profit from that. They don't have to go to the taxpayers for money. The fire district is going to profit from that. Okay, if these things are put where they need to be put, in my opinion, I don't think they're going to be overwhelmingly that bad. Would I want one next door to me? Probably not. Okay, but if it's put in the proper spot and if the zoning is doing their job, okay, then it shouldn't be an issue of where these things can go. Like in Shaler'sville Township, I couldn't find you probably couldn't find a better spot for those to go. It's in a farm area. There's 300 some acres there. And like I said, these things are not as bad as what they were projected to be. The ones that they're projecting in like Shaler'sville, I think we're going to use 30,000 gallons of water a day. That's nothing compared to 300,000 that they thought we're going to be. Are they going to draw electric? Yeah, who cares? I don't care how much electric. Water-wise, I don't care how much water they use. I do. But if it's true that they only use 30,000 a day instead of 300,000 a day, that gives me a different opinion of those things. And if they're not sitting there like a stamping plant making noise all day long, all right? If you can sit there and go outside and have a conversation without raising your voice, I think it's worthwhile looking at. I'm not saying you have to do it, but that's one way of offsetting the average person that's a homeowner in Mantua Township paying property tax and raising his taxes because we need to run a business. And we are running a business here. And I know we're short on budget. We never reran the road and bridge levy as a replacement levy, as we probably should have, okay, to keep up with the roads and everything. But when they did that 30% tax evaluation, Okay, that kind of hurt. That was bad timing on the county's behalf and bad timing on us, because that's when our levy was up. So we had to rerun it as renewal instead of a replacement. But hey, you know what you guys are doing at home? Everybody's costs at home are going up. Costs are going up here. So, yeah, we can say, well, you don't have to do this, or you don't have to do that, you don't have to ship and seal the roads, you don't have to pave the road. Well, yeah, you do. So, I'm off my high horse. I'm just saying, I think that everybody needs to do their own research on these data centers. I really do. And get the facts, because there's a lot of misleading facts out there.
Hard to stop.
You're not gonna stop. The key, and that's what we're trying to tell zoning, is they hold the trump card. They put those places where they belong.
Which, speaking of zoning, that was the other thing I did. I went through our zoning rates and came up with some different ones that I talked at next meeting.
Yeah, I was hoping that Rich would have been here today. But yeah, we can do that.
Just to simplify, it's too, it's a cluster the way it is in my opinion.
Things need to be simplified, there's no doubt about
So,
it.
I went through and I'm pretty simple, so I did what I thought would be simple to make it understandable and easy.
No, it's tough.
Easy for Matt to understand.
That's really easy. So, well, and I don't want to say any numbers, guys, but it's astonishing the numbers that those things are going to produce in Shadersville for the schools and for the fire department.
Well, what is that?
And Shadersville Township.
That property's like 250 or 300,000 an acre. They're buying like 250 acres. I mean, these companies have money like crazy. And you can't, that's why they're coming out in these areas, because these small townships, they can't fight them. We don't have that kind of money.
Cities can't fight.
No.
Well, it's like the cell phone towers, that was a big deal, but you know what, if they don't want progress, take your phones, take your computers, throw them in the garbage and go back.
But the average person can only spend so much money because you're getting taxed so bad. That's the thing. I mean, everything you do, and people are tired of paying property tax.
Yeah.
I get it, I understand.
Yeah.
They kind of blindsided Shaler'sville too, because they went, before they even approached Shaler'sville trustees about doing that, they had already contacted the county for water, they contacted the electric company, anything that they needed utility-wise, they contacted prior to even going to Shaler'sville Township and asking how them felt. And by then it was done. I mean,
Graham, and you said it's good too. I was going down 44 and I'm looking at First Energy, doubling the transmission lines from right there by Napa, where that comes across from the west to the east. Okay, they tapped into that, and they're running, if you look, they're running 6 high tension lines south. So
it was already done.
I think it might, I can't say that because I don't know that for sure, but if you look there, you'll see transmission lines that are doubled. So, it's it. But
we might never have to deal with it.
I know, yeah, but it takes the burden off the taxpayer. That's what I like about it.
Are you good?
I'm good. Fantastic.
Hey, do you want to, before we move on, are you going to do some spec work on the truck?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go state bid, John. There's other things.
It's going to be state bid.
I've been talking to Brian, and speaking of those guys, I'll get back to them in a minute, but the truck, there's like 4 of them that are available in this area. So, that have, when I mean available, that they can get the bed and they can get the plow and be ready to go. And not your only, you're looking at probably $140,000, but you're getting a big piece of equipment. And what that does is that allows you to do places like this, allows you to do developments, and you don't have to have a CDL on it for number 2.
Right.
So, and they're maneuverable.
It'd be a lot easier to move those.
Yeah.
The F-350 we have, it's nice, but
Right.
it takes forever to do the build.
Yeah, but it does. And you could probably, you could probably put a 10, 12-foot plow on that,
You can't salt with that, with the
Yeah, you can.
pickup.
Oh, not with big, yeah, correct. Well, you could, but yeah. But anyhow, and if we could do that financing with that company and do,
Yeah.
40,000 a year, or whatever, for 3 years, whatever it is.
That's what they do.
Right,
Now you're negative.
I need to go to this meeting.
We'll work it out.
Okay, we good on everything?
I'm good with that one.
Man,
Yes. Fire away.
you used the term pickup,
Yes.
but we have a pickup.
You have a
Are
pickup?
you referring to a truck size like the old Sterling was?
No. A 550 is like, Grant,
It's a medium duty truck.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to repair, quite a bit cheaper than the bigger trucks. And they're workhorses. You can haul a lot in the bed of it. I'm assuming you can put a dump bed.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely more usable than just a normal 1-ton truck, dump truck or regular truck. Like you said, you can hang a heavier plow on it. It's a pretty versatile piece of equipment.
Okay, but it's still the size of
It's in between the diving rail, like you're talking about, it's in between Sterling, okay, and a 1-ton truck.
Okay.
You know,
It's bigger
in
than,
between.
even the fenders and everything, it's bigger and taller and wider than a 1-ton, but it's a lot smaller than the bigger trucks.
Yeah.
Right.
And what that does too, it gets the weight off the roads and the developments as well. That's.
Yeah, I just remember that when we had the Sterling, that was smaller than the large ones.
Right, yeah,
Do the
right.
intersections real
Yeah,
quick. and-
because what you call a truck, I think it's Danny's truck, you're not required to have a CDL for that one either. It's under the limit.
Yeah, that's right under the,
Yeah.
like 10 pounds, 10 pounds under the limit.
So,
So you don't need to see.
Now, say that if you're loaded.
Huh?
Say that if you're loaded, because I know when we had the Sterling,
That's a technical.
you know,
I can't
drive it, but if you had a load of salt in it, you needed a CDL.
No, you don't need a CDL with that.
Put a farm plate on it.
Yeah,
slow moving sign.
Thank you.
right. Okay, church.
We completed our septic testing and stuff like that, and we passed it according to the septic company. I don't know if it was submitted to the EPA and stuff like that, so I'm assuming we're waiting for the permit or whatever. But we were able to sign the transfer papers and everything as far as we know, so we can do that. We've transferred the electric over to our service now, so that's been done. That was done last Tuesday. I called John with that information, and so we can sign the paperwork whenever you want, so.
Today,
So we can do that, so.
we're ready.
Okay.
We're ready. If you're okay with
Yeah.
with the deal we made and everything that went through, then we're okay with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll get many, many years out of it.
Yep. So they challenged it with 300 gallons of water and stuff like that through the
Yeah.
system and died and stuff like that. And leach bed took every bit of it and didn't overflow or anything, and no problem, so.
So, whenever you're ready to, guys are ready to put the John Hancocks on them and we're ready to go.
Okay, we'll do that. We can get the copies or whatever.
You want to do that for next meeting?
We can do it tonight if you want or whatever,
So
so.
tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think we're ready to go.
Are we?
Yeah,
Okay.
So. Yeah.
sign it over.
Yeah, if you got a couple of copies, I don't have a copy of it, so I never got an official copy of it because I was away at the time and all I got was a photograph of it, so.
Well, what we can do is just make the, we can
Just,
just,
who signed it? Just the chairman, by the way? John? Or is that right? Or all trustees sign it?
yeah, we do have.
I don't know who needs to sign it, so.
Yeah, you know what, we have it in our package, we have copies.
Okay.
I don't have my notary. Looks like it needs to be notarized as well.
Yeah, I have a copy right here. How many do we need, just two?
Yeah, just do one for you guys and one for us.
I don't have a notary.
That's okay, you can notarize them after you sign them, and then, and the
As long as I
back.
see you sign it, then you don't have an issue.
Yes, as long as you see us sign it.
Yeah.
We probably need to figure out a way to get this packet, John, before the meeting. We need to get.
What do you want to do? Whatever you want to do, Matt. Do you want to do it for next?
No, we'll do that now. I'm just saying, but we need to know what's going on. We need to get the information prior to the board meeting.
It's not in that one there.
Okay.
Only two, there's one there and then you got one, right?
Did you want to look at it?
Yeah.
It hasn't changed.
Okay.
All three of us have to sign this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's got to be notarized. Well, you're a notary.
Yeah, I said I don't have it on.
Oh,
That's all right, she can wait for the signature tonight and notarize it tomorrow and get it.
As long as he sees us sign them.
Yeah, as long as she sees us sign it.
I'm okay with watching you guys sign it and then.
okay. You sign everything, John, so.
Like I don't know, everyone gives you.
You brought a copy back usual, right?
I don't have a copy of it.
Okay, so we got 3 copies. You got a copy. You got 4 or 5.
Yeah, to say here's another copy to you.
Yeah. All we need is 2 copies, so I mean, that's.
Right.
Start the roll, copy.
Michelle's got one.
You only got one?
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2.
Okay.
No, this came out of mine.
Yep. I gave Matt mine.
That Graham's got it here.
You got a copy, you need one? You are going to
It's the
sign.
last page.
That's the document. There's 3 pages in each contract.
Oh, yeah, we should sign those. Michelle, you want to do 2 originals?
I need 2 originals, yes.
I got this one too.
So there be anybody around?
I can't read.
So I'll do the delivery in front of you and then in front of one of the.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What time do you want to do it?
What's it do for you? I don't want to go through downtown Manway tonight, send it a patch again. It's up in there.
Oh,
They're ripping up State Rock 44 more, right?
Want to stay out of there?
Yeah, it took me 7 minutes to get home.
Yeah.
We're the absolute southern building in the
Yeah.
village.
Yeah.
It was 25 minutes to
Nice
get
house is
away.
gone.
25 minutes to get away. You know what, if you could just give me the call home.
okay.
Well, man,
667 9437.
I will give you a call.
Yep. Yep.
I'll make one for you, buddy. Hi, Chief. How are you? Good.
I gave you another one. Each contract has 3 pages. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Dottie.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
How you doing, sir?
I would.
Yeah.
I'm just,
John, we got all the items that we carried over forward? We done with all that?
not yet.
Okay.
So, let's finish it. So the survey, we never,
Right.
we still
Yeah,
can't find anything
survey.
to do anything.
I will do that.
So we sent the commissioners a letter pertaining to the closure of the Mantua Center School. To this day, we have still not received a reply. Are they not going to reply to us? Or are they? I don't know where to go from here. We asked them a couple of questions. What happens if problems with the elevator, blah, blah, blah. How are we going to deal with that? I was approached by Commissioner Timlin. He said he was working on it. We've been going on 2 months now for the letter. I don't know how you want to handle it. Should we write them another letter and ask them? Should we call them personally and ask them?
I talked to Mike Timlin. I talked to Mike. And he's still researching. He said he's got a 4-inch binder that he's going through.
I have 3 of them.
Yeah, I bet you do. And
I
he's
don't
trying
know,
to,
I mean,
he's talked to a lot of people, he said, in reference to what's going on back and forth.
I understand that.
Okay.
That's not even the questions we asked. I've made numerous public records requests from them and got almost nothing. So we got a $3,000 bill sitting there for inspections on the elevator. I don't know how we're going to move forward with this. We have a building we can't use. So do we want to contact Chad again, or do we want to try to handle this on our own? What are your thoughts?
Have Chad reach out to the county or whatever. He did. If he hasn't heard anything back, then maybe he needs to send another letter.
I mean, for courtesy, I mean, you close our building down, we can't use it. So I just wanted to bring it up again. I know it's starting to become old hat.
Chad, he sent this original letter, he should do a follow-up on it and say, hey, I haven't heard
Well,
anything.
I asked him, and he said you should call and personally talk to him. I'm like, wait a minute. So whatever you guys think, I know I'm running with this, and I want to continue with it. I do think that we deserve are entitled to get a response on a legal document that we sent.
Why don't you just give them a call and just say, hey, just wanted to follow up and see, if you found out anything.
No, I did. I talked to him. Just last week. And he said he's got a 4-inch binder that he's been going through with a lot of that data in there. And he said that he's interviewed like 9 people. He's going through page by page. So and maybe he's not come to his conclusion yet. I don't know. So, but if you want to revisit,
No, let's give them a couple more weeks.
Let's Chad send another letter or whatever. It's not going to hurt us anything.
No, and I don't want to overstep. You know what I mean?
I would wait a couple of weeks and see if he's told you he's working on it last week, let's give him a couple of weeks.
Well, if you guys don't mind, I will see him at the regional planning meeting, and I'll ask him personally. And of course, we're okay. I have no problem. You guys are all right with me asking them? I'll just say.
I'm all right with the action, but I will reiterate to this group that I am not interested in going into a lawsuit with Portage County over that building. I'm not interested in that because
Well,
I
we
think
didn't-
the end result, in my opinion, the end result is going to be the same. And then if that happens, there's a possibility that they could.
No, and I understand that.
Right.
We all agreed on that, and we didn't write that letter.
And I agree.
The letter that we wrote them was not
Correct.
that kind of letter.
No, you're right.
But
I'm just saying.
all I'm saying is that we deserve a response on the letter that we sent them.
Correct. We do.
Okay.
We do.
Question. Because it's been so long, what are you trying to achieve with the commissioners?
What did you talk about? Sure.
What is the goal that you're trying to get to? You know, in the spirit of...
Is why did you close the building down? What is the main reason that you closed?
Because my understanding with the letter that you guys gave me is that when you met with Randy Roberts and William Ross, it was identified to them that there was no sewer, no water, and no HVAC or heating.
Right?
Based on them having that knowledge, they have to issue an unoccupiable permit. In other words, they
No, there is
cannot
no-
allow it to
there is
be
no-
occupied if it doesn't have those three items.
Right.
And so they did, may I say, their job based on what they were told. So I'm toying with, is your actual goal is to get someone else to pay to restore the heating, the water, and the sewer? Is that what you're trying
Well,
to achieve?
at that meeting, at that particular meeting, they came up with the idea that they were going to call the contractors and the architects and have them pay to restore the things that they took out of the building.
Okay, so you're trying
And so the response they got back from the people that they asked, hey, you guys gonna pay to restore it, was like, we did exactly what you folks told us.
Okay, so your ultimate goal was to have those folks restore those three service items, right?
No. No, because as far as they're concerned right now, it's like, we're not doing it, we're not gonna do anything for you. If you want the building, you restore them yourself.
Okay. And so you're not asking for anybody to restore those three services, correct?
We've already asked them, and we've gotten the answer no.
Okay, so I guess my question is so what is the dealing with the commissioners? That I don't understand.
I can't tell you what the feeling is with the
Because the building department was told, you have no water, you have no sewer, you have no heating. And based on what they were told,
So
that,
Mark, you guys were okay giving the project $25,000 for something that performed, that produced absolutely nothing.
that was the one when you guys were meeting over at the Civic Center, I recall. And we came in and basically, what's the term? You said you wanted a master plan. Because we talked about restoring the ventilation chutes in there and painting one of the rooms. and
No,
things
you're
like that.
you're the one that brought up the point that you guys were going to look into it and restore it. That's what you guys were gonna do. What's gonna do with the heating and all that other stuff.
It was just purely the ductwork. on that long
So how about we
painting.
do this? How about we get an answer? How about we get an answer from the commissioners and the town, and the trustees just closed the building down. And that's the end of that, and we'll move on.
Go ahead, Dan.
I already made that motion before,
I know you
and I'll make it again.
It's already closed.
You don't have to close.
That's why I made the motion.
But I'm just saying, for us to move forward, where are we going to have an end point?
You
Is
don't.
there an end point?
You don't.
Can we get an answer to the
Well, that's-
last letter?
that's
We
what you're
paid
trying to
an
do.
attorney to write the letter, we all agree on it.
Right, I know.
Let them answer it, and if it's not,
Right.
that we want to hear it, then
Yeah.
we're just gonna have to just move on. We can't keep doing this, Matt.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You're telling me it's,
Hold on,
it's got some.
well, one second, Danny, I'm just trying to get it.
Right. No, John, so I said,
I'm just trying to get a
we're gonna run
response.
a little bit of this because this all came about because I, as a trustee, was not comfortable with the annex, okay, being zoned, or not zoned, but being classified as business and storage.
Right.
Because that's what the annex is, okay? That's not public assembly. And you have birthday parties in there, anything over 50 people, it becomes public assembly. Okay, I'm not comfortable with that. So I asked the building department to come out and take a look at that building and tell me what we had to do to bring the annex up to public assembly. They gave us a list of things to do, and we did what we did, and he gave us public assembly, but he said, in lieu of that, he said, I'm closing your building. I'm taking the permits away from you.
right, because it was during that interaction that they were informed that you did not
No.
have sewer.
They were not
water
informed at all. They were there. They came and did an inspection. They were there. I was there.
in the annex.
When I had them come out to ask them what we need to do to make the annex public assembly.
Right, you were in the annex.
Yes, we were in that. They went into the school and did an inspection. They wanted to see what the school was all about.
Okay,
They
my
didn't-
understanding is
No.
they were never in the school.
Oh, they were in the school. They did an
But
inspection.
the letter that they have, it references that they were told that no sewer, no water, no heat, and based on what they were told, not an inspection, that they had to label the building as
You might want
unoccupied.
to reread that, Mark, what was sent to us, okay?
I went
Because
and
Randy
reread
came
it.
out there and his guy did an inspection. They went in that building and inspected it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, they, from what I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew that was
Yeah, I
gone
know.
in the first place. Randy Roberts came.
He was all part of that.
Randy Roberts came and did the final inspection on the elevator. He knew everything. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I've been around, I know.
Yeah, I know he
But
did the
I
inspection
just
on the
want to
elevator.
say, my point is this. When are we going to walk away from this problem? It's not going to get fixed.
Okay.
We don't have $5 million to fix this building.
You don't need 5 million.
Yes, you do, Carol.
To fix that.
Carol, I've been down this road and I'm telling you, it's not going to get fixed.
Did your consultant not say it's a historic building, you don't have
I
to put
don't
in it?
care if it was.
Wait, what was that, Carol?
The consultant from CG said, it's a historic building, you do not have to do this.
Go ask Randy Roberts if he'll be okay with that. You know what he's gonna say? Not in a million years.
Go ahead, Dan.
So the letter, did it say anything about releasing the grants, the responsibility for the grant?
No, they haven't answered it.
When in the letter, did it say?
Yes.
About releasing it?
Yes.
Okay, just curious about that. And yeah, I think it's time to let that thing go. This has been an eyesore and a headache and a nuisance forever.
I don't know how to move forward in it, Danny. It's beyond me.
Yeah. But
And I agree with that. It's time
to make a decision.
it's time to walk
And
away.
I thought I made my decision when we got that letter from the Portage County Building Department saying it's inhabitable, you can't do anything with it, but we'll let you use the annex. To me, and we'll let it go. So, I don't know what to do. You wouldn't manage your home that way. You wouldn't manage your home that way to decline, throwing good money after bad money, and that's exactly what you're doing. What we're trying to do is get released from anything that we've got for a grant to get, like Dan just said, anything that is outstanding for a grant that we would have to pay back, okay? If we can get released with that, I'm good. So,
And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
yeah, and that's what he's trying to find out what we have to do. In my conversation with Mike.
Okay, two just follow-up questions.
Yep.
The septic over there. I know after the elevator was put in, that was the girls' bathroom there, that they broke that line. However, the toilets downstairs were flushed many, many times, and there was never any backup on there. So that would beg the question of, was it affirmed that that route into the girls' bathroom was actually the route that went out to the package plant? Or is there, when you say another route,
That's crazy.
for that to go to the package plant? And it was just assumed that that one spur was disconnected as
No,
such.
what we wanted to do is run the damn sewer line from the school to the main line, and we got Xed on that.
Right, I know.
Okay,
But I'm just asking
But I'm just
how-
saying, you're going to have to talk to John with all that stuff because he's got all the history with that. I'm just telling you that even though if you repair the HVAC and you repair the plumbing and you repair the sewer line, that building has still got to be brought up to code. Okay, it's dollars, millions of dollars. That's what some people don't understand. Okay, and once you get over 50 people on any one of those floors in any one of those rooms, it has to become a public assembly. And Carol, he drew all that out for us. He told you that. Okay, if you're going to classify one floor as business and storage, okay, you're okay. But if you classify, the minute that you have over 50 people in the room, you're in trouble. Okay, one room, 50 people, you've got to be public assembly. And there is no, and we've been through this before, there is no variance for being a historical building for the life safety code. It's not going to happen.
Okay,
And how far?
about the 50 people, is that per room? That's how the building was always used.
Correct. Okay, because it was educational, and it was okay back then, but now you want to bring it to something different, okay? Because there was a trustee that went and changed the occupation of that building, the occupancy permit. He took it from educational to business and storage. Now you want to go back to public assembly to have you guys, not you guys, but the community or whoever wants to redo that building, okay? Whether it's going to be a coffee shop, whatever, but the minute you hit 50 people, you're public assembly. And who's going to police that? That's why, Carol, I went to the county and said, listen, we need that building because this is where we vote. We need the annex to be public assembly. I was not comfortable personally as a trustee to be held accountable in this township because we have a lot of people that like to put targets on people's back. And I'm not going to be one of them. And the simple fact that we vote there, we have birthday parties there, we have reverse raffles there, we have weddings there, and there's over 50 people. If something would get hurt, God forbid, catastrophic wise, we're going to fry. And I don't want that liability. And we don't have it now, because you have the liability, but it is not public assembly. We did what we need to do to make the annex public assembly, and whatever we have to do to bring the other building up, it's going to cost a lot of money. I don't care if it's repairing a couple of lines and doing this and doing that. You still got to have working bathrooms, you have to have, the wiring's got to be updated, it's all got to be done up to code. Dan?
So why hook all the lines and stuff, if the building's just gonna sit empty anyways, it's a waste of more money. Unless you came up with a big scheme and you have people that are willing to spend $8 million to redo this, the whole building correctly, and rent it out and actually bring in some money, which people are probably not gonna be for, why would you even worry about connecting the lines?
Right.
I agree with waiting until the grants, because that's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, here's the other thing too. So we were ready, because we brought in an historical architect, okay, to run all the numbers and give us all the options. And he did just that, he was a good guy, okay? Well, guess what happened after that? COVID hit. We were just about ready to put it, within a year, we were probably gonna put it on the plan, within a year or 2 years. But when COVID hit, and a piece of plywood went from $25, okay, to $80, okay, and if we would put it on the ballot, then they would say, yeah, you put it on the ballot because you knew it was gonna flunk, because, you know, things would happen. And we're still paying a price for COVID.
Yeah, that stuff didn't come back down.
So to me, we kicked this can down the road long enough.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up to you, Matt. I know
didn't-
you and I have had discussions where, but I agree with you a lot of things. But it's to a point now, and believe me, I've lived this, and so have these folks.
We didn't close the building, the county closed the building.
Right, but they closed it based on the input that they were given.
No.
They had no choice of that.
They closed it because they come out and did an inspection of that building. That's why.
Matt, they didn't, honestly, they didn't have to do the inspection. They knew what was going on.
I'm just going on,
They closed
you know, a letter.
Yeah, you can point fingers all you want. The county closed the building.
Right, based on that
It
information.
doesn't matter.
Did they not go to the school?
They did. They didn't go through the whole school. but
They went into the basement.
They made it to where they went into the building.
And he said it's gonna happen.
So back to a couple of my original questions, and John, you're probably the one to answer. Did they ever affirm that line into the girls' bathroom, was that the actual line that went to the package plant or not?
What's the
Or
difference?
don't we know?
It doesn't matter, it was severed. There was a line, and there was a sewer line that was severed.
Right, it went to the.
Where did it go? Those so-called new bathrooms were put in, who knows when. You could see where the floor was cut and he put it.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
so we don't really know if
So,
the septic line is separate from.
so it doesn't, regardless,
It's flushing, right?
regardless, so when we were in the meeting and Chris Maduri made the suggestion, let's go call the architects, let's go call the contractor and tell them everything that they took out, the sewer, the water, the HVAC, to put it back in there. And he said, we're not gonna put it back in there, we did exactly what was on you told us to take these out.
Now, as far as the water goes, if you were to open the ceiling as you face the elevator in the basement, you will notice a new water line that goes across the front of the elevator shaft, concrete block. From what I recall, that was the restoration of the water from where it was terminated. However, it magically happened, but there is a water line that goes around that shaft into the old part of the building. Now, do you guys know where that water line feeds for sure and where it goes?
No idea.
Because what I'm thinking here, when I say as far as a couple of the issues, that existing water line may solve the water issue. If in fact the septic line that was cut was just an end run, doesn't matter whether it was cut, but if septic is still available out to the package plant, that's too big.
Well, I'm sure
The HVAC,
anything can be fixed. It's, you're gonna have to put a dollar amount.
I'm saying that possibly two of those items
I'm gonna
might
tell you
not
something.
need to be fixed.
I did a tour of that building after I got elected.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have put my dog in that building. That building is disgraceful. And to put another dime in that building would be sinful to any taxpayer in this community. If you would take tours and let people walk through that building, they would flat out tell you, if you guys put another dime in there, you're nuts.
Okay.
It's terrible.
So the question comes down to, I guess, are you guys gonna tear the building down or not?
I didn't say that at all. I said it's closed. We just said we're not putting any more money in.
So you're just gonna let it sit and fall apart?
We can't tell you that. We'll have to see what happens.
What else are we, you tell me, what else are we gonna do with it? You think we're gonna take money from the roads and everything else that we're doing in this community to go back and do what we did before that didn't work? I mean, I'm not gonna do that.
So if you put it out to the taxpayers and just say that they had someone say to bring that up to code and to renovate it with no plan, and you're gonna spend $6 million, after you've already got $2.5 million in, at
But we
least,
never had a master plan for that building.
and it shows. So now,
Right.
you're gonna dump another $6 million in a building that you have absolutely no plan for, it's not usable. I mean, I guess you could find something to use it, but there's no way you're gonna find any usage for that building and have that kind of money and then ever recoup any of your money. So you're just gonna create another entity for the township that you're gonna lose money on. And you're gonna have to pay to maintain it, pay to clean it, and not have anything coming back. It's just gonna be a drain on
It's called managing in decline.
We've been managing it for 15 years.
It's just,
I'd like to say one thing.
Go ahead, Carol.
In Oberlin, there is a building that had been a school. It was built in 1847. It is still being used. It has an elevator in it, but the stairwells have been the same as they were. The stair treads, you know, it was for kids and everything. People were smaller then. The treads are a little bit narrow, but there is an elevator. You know, people don't have to use stairs that may not fit their feet. You know, and that building is, what, 65 or 70 years older than this one. And it is in daily use as part of the community. So, you know,
how much money do they have in it?
I don't know.
That would be a good question to ask,
Graham,
because-
I haven't talked with people about that.
Carol, do you think that maybe the trustees should ask the community what they want to do with this building now? Do you think that we should actually say, hey, let's put this on the ballot and let's ask everybody if they want to spend the money or if they don't want to spend it? Why don't we do that?
Yeah, first, before you do that, show what it looks like.
Well, I would have.
Before you go put it on, show people what it
Danny,
actually
I would have it open for a whole week or so. I want the community to tell us trustees what they want to do. It's not three of us, we could say, oh, let's do this and do that. But what about the rest of the people? Don't you think it's time we ask everybody and say, hey, what's your thoughts?
Way past time.
I can literally tell you, this board, when I campaigned for trustee, I went over to probably 1,500 houses. And every township, not every, but most township residents asked me about what we're gonna do with the school. And the majority of those people were against doing anything to that school, just so you know.
So it's time to move. It's time.
We were elected
Anyway,
to represent the citizens of this township.
Anyway, I don't want to carry this on. We used to come here, we used to, 11:59, we would call the meeting. And I don't want to drag this out. Anyway, why don't we all think about maybe putting it on the ballot and let the
I'm against
people.
that.
You're against it? Why?
Because I think the people will stop. And it costs money to put it on the ballot.
John, is that property split, so there's the annex and
There
there's
is.
the school?
It is.
Where's,
We had to put the, so there was supposed to be a firewall. The firewall is there.
where the fire
But
door is?
now there's a fire door in the firewall.
So that's where the split is between the school and the annex?
Yes.
Okay, that's,
That was the new door you guys put in about a year ago.
2 years ago.
That was one of the requirements to become public assembly for that.
Right, because they had to separate the two,
Because
and they now constituted as two buildings because of the fire door.
No, the reason was is because you have to use their occupancy load as well. Okay, so that being open is just a hallway, so you could have people in that other building. So that accounts for part of your occupancy.
Right. And what I was told, because we've always referred to it as the building, which has the old section and the annex, but with the fire door now, the building department calls it 2 buildings. Prior to the fire door being in there, their reference would be is it's 1 building with.
I can't tell you how they're looking at it, Mark.
Well, that's
I
what
can tell you
they're
we're allowed to
told
have up to 299 people in that building.
But I don't want to say that. We're beating the dead horse here.
Okay,
We can have up to 299 people in that annex.
Really?
Yeah.
okay.
They'll never do that.
Yeah, for the
Okay.
sake of time.
Sure.
Because we could
I
talk
think we
about
have a
this.
citizen that had a question.
I could give a little history on that sewer line. You had a boys' bathroom, you had a kitchen, and you had the girls. That sewer line was cut and capped for the pit of the elevator. That eliminated those 3 rooms. Now, if you look at right above that, there was a ductwork. That was cut and capped off, so there's no heat, airflow on that side of the building. And it's in the plans, in the spec book. I did the job, I lost it, I know it's there.
I know it's there too.
Trust me.
Because I know the 3 ducts that were cut and the pipe that was settled in there.
Okay.
Let's let Rich.
Yeah, let's
move on.
Let's cut this short.
School.
Okay.
office.
Hi, Rich.
Okay, go.
Yeah, we're ready.
It's busy as ever with many things. We have some conditional applications. We have the one for Mr. Lovejoy's property in Frost for the church, and he has rescinded the conditional application. He's pulling out of it.
So there's no more church?
We said, yeah. At Tool, I submitted his conditional use application yesterday or the day before to Mary Ann. We had multiple trips, they had to go get a tax map, and I hope that everything should be good to go, so his day should be coming up for his gas station across the street.
Does that gotta go to BZA or?
It's conditional, right? They can't say.
Is that gonna be like a Buc-ee's?
Yeah, we have
Yeah, that's almost, yeah.
got 9 acres there.
Oh,
Where I'm at is it's just a mess. The new thing is at 12844 Samuel Drive.
I was gonna bring that up there.
The guy's been months ago calling and trying to explain to me what he wants to do with the property. And I mean, it might be grandfathered the way it is, but I'm not sure how that would fall in current times. Meaning, he has a garage that's real close to the house on its own piece of property, and the house is to the right of it. So he wants to sell the house and let it go with that property, and then keep this an existing. So it might be non-conforming in that because it was done. Typically, not typically, the law is we don't allow any of the county to have an accessory building on a piece of parcel that's not accessory to a dwelling. So this sits on its own. That's something else. So numerous times trying to figure out what he wanted. Had a meeting with him. I went up there one night at 7 o'clock and he was nowhere to be found. Music going in the garage. I texted him. I called him. I walked around. I left. Then he called, wondering why he didn't show up. And told him, here's what you do. Take the money from the sale. If you sold the house, he says he did. I said, but modular or something up nice for you. Yeah, that's what I'll do. All of a sudden, today I get a phone call from the lady who bought the house. She's currently talking to me and filing a restraining order against him because he's broken down the door twice and going back inside the home. And that's not our business or mine, but what is she says he's living in the garage with no utilities or waste.
Have you ever called? I've gotten phone calls and they.
Okay.
And I drove by there and he's in a garage.
I don't know what the problem is. to me. I tried to help him before, but he couldn't understand. And I talked to his realtor, and she didn't even know. And then he calls, or leaves me an email or a voicemail. You know, you need to do your job and come out here. When I'm there, he doesn't show up. So he sold the property, obviously, but now we need to look into the living and the outbuilding. So I'll be on that. I had a meeting with Mark Brugman about the batch plant, and he says it's going to be temporary when it comes to fix, so the other one can be rebuilt, and this one that's temporary is supposed to go to Milford. I don't know. And it's not going to be, you know, I thought that I had heard in more towards the back of the property, and that supposedly also is not it. He says it's going to be right where the other one is. Have things come since I've been here? Since 2020? Probably. It's hard, other than me looking at Google Earth pictures again and again and again to see one thing looks moved aside, but that's the dash plant, they don't know. We had a good meeting. He pulled some of the cement mixers off of the tracks, kind of out of sight. Don't know who was planning on anything. So when it comes to you guys, and the big thing these days is blocking a number, which I can't ignore because the job is being too phone. So I'm screwed either way there.
Who's calling? Who's calling?
Well, it's people block numbers these days.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
It's anonymous.
Oh, yeah, well, I know.
Whatever you told me to, the info
Yeah.
check into.
Same thing with, on the river.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's becoming more and more prevalent, and I don't have to answer. Right? You want to think it's somebody that's wanting to sell me something, but it's people that just don't want to be. So I'll keep an eye on it. I really don't know. I mean, if he was wanting to increase the current more than 10%, he can do that one time. And I think it's increase what's current, not add as an increase. He would have to go to variance, and I don't know how that would work, because most of your board either works for him, related to him, they care for his animals. You have no board left, so I don't know.
I guess.
So,
Yeah, court would have to.
does he need a permit to build something? I mean, he's gonna build something and to fix the other
I don't know if it's towed in or pulled in, a temporary. I think that may be a year or two. I'm told.
that's
nothing
before he does
That's nothing, according to him, you know, in the next month, 2 months. I guess I'll just keep a better eye on it.
It's a term that's on temporary.
You know, being non-conforming, it is non-conforming. It was built before these zoning started here, 50 something. So if it were to cease for 2 years, then we could make it go away. There's limitations on expanding. It's usually just in the principal areas, and again, it's like 10%. So I was there for, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, and we'll just keep an eye on him out. We'll talk back and forth. The other end of Aurora Meadows with the folks with the fence is too high, and the neighbor with his camera and his chickens, and you've seen some of the stuff I sent you. And he got the letter, they both got letters the same day.
Did you see those letters? Did you see those? Did you see the letters he's talking about?
No.
Yeah, I sent them both letters, or I had Chad send them both letters, or for them for the fence that's too high, and his chickens. And he swears in every way. He called, you know, we should get our money back from Murdoch. He's gonna have his part. And it goes on and on and on and on. Sadly, the people on the other side are selling their home because of this. And the belief is, and what their frustration is, I can do something about the camera lanes into the property. And I mentioned that, and they asked if they could have a pod temporarily to store. I said, I'll definitely look into it because I know what's going to happen. And no one was to help with the cameras or this, that. I said, I'll be happy to share with the email from Chad Murdoch saying zoning has no authority on the camera placement. I wish I could. That's not what I do my job. It's just something I can do. So I offered to share that email. I haven't heard anything. You're welcome to see it too if you get questions. I feel bad that what happens, but we'll see what happens in this time frame. And if not, then I guess you disbar Chad and we lose.
Yeah. Good
I don't
luck.
think it's gonna happen, right? Good luck.
Well, then we're 1 for 1. We lost the church
Yeah.
and we got the chicken guy.
It's all over the place. Everyone, it's a problem. I had a call the other day, Townline Road. I went up, as I was trying to go up, I called the complaint on that one who did leave a number, and trying to find exactly what that address was. And I figured it out because they didn't call me back. And I talked to them a bit, and yeah, there's one left, something, got the other ones, and it's going to keep it dependent. So, okay. And when I was leaving, she called and said, oh, it's this address, but it's been fine. And then yesterday, at 7 o'clock or something, I had a very long conversation, about 17 pictures of the same flower pot with dirt and flowers that were recently bought, dug up. And we're kind of limited. I mean, we don't allow chickens or anything smaller than household pets under 2 acres. As, I'm not sure what I have with the rest of it, you know.
Let me ask you a question. If somebody refuses to give you a name, do you have to act on a complaint?
Well, our zoning code says, I think I sent you what it said, which, you know, says, but you know what, it's may, it's not shall.
There you go.
So in the beginning, I was like, you know, then I seen that in there and I misread it. Oh, I was supposed to be, you know, doing this. And then I seen may, and then of course I said, Jack, you're right. It's may, not shall.
Well, you know, you as fire chief when you were on Wyndham, which, you know, you get the burning complaints, it's a neighborhood dispute, it's a neighborhood dispute. And I got to the point when I was working, I said, listen, if you're not gonna give me your name, I'm not gonna come out there. I need to have a legit name and address of where you're at. And they refused to do it. I refused to go out there. For a burning complaint. I said, call the sheriff. Don't call us.
Right. So, well, that must be, you know, maybe something to use, you know, somehow. I'm glad you asked. I wanted to bring that up. Thank you for that. So I don't know what to do about the chicken. You got to have the flower up, and we don't have anything unless the county said no. Talk to your zoning, and somebody else, another people in Diagon, wherever they're at, they said they could be fined because it's an animal at large, livestock at large. But because what sheriff deputy talked to us, nothing can be done. So I don't know.
Chicken for dinner.
Yeah, right.
Chickens. Yeah. And it's everywhere. It's the chicken thing is everywhere.
That's because they went up to $6 a dozen for eggs.
Yeah.
Everybody thought they'd go buy
I don't know
the
where you're
chicken.
buying that, mine that expensive.
So you could get it for a dollar, yeah, a dozen now.
Norris drives around looking at some things. One thing's going to be, I'm going to bring it up, it's going to be contentious, I think, is I got a call from an appraiser, and they asked if this house at the end of Herman Drive is allowed to have 2 dwellings on one parcel. It's not supposed to. And I said, I don't know when this was done, but I've been here 6 years now. I don't remember a variance for that. And then this appraiser sent me a picture of the house with a nice, very nice barn in it. And the seller found out, the buyer found out, so it hurt the sale. These folks, and I do believe these folks, I really do believe these folks, they bought it and there was no such inspection not to know. I mean, we don't require point of sale inspections where I run out everywhere and make sure it's what it's supposed to be before someone snuck something in under the wire, you know. And I feel bad because it's attractive, of course, to list it that way. And I'm trying to find a way through it. I give them some options. They don't have enough property to split to make 2 parcels. It shares one septic. Health department was out and said it's a 1-studio apartment in this barn, and it's fine. You know, they tested it and stuff, so the septic's fine. But if you were split the property, then somebody has to buy a septic. You know? So it's contentious. It's going to be something. Tomorrow I'm going to deny their permit applications per standard. And they're going to go for the variance for the BZA. I don't know. So I don't know what's going to happen. I've never really been through this before. We assume when we buy a car that's got a catalytic converter, we don't get under it and look.
Yeah, right,
Right. It's a bad example, but And so they're perplexed, they're sickened by it because, they already bought somewhere else in Mantua Township and now they're trying to sell this, it's backed out on, they want to be able to list it as something legal. If it were to fail by the BZA, it can go to Portage County or the trustees will have the final say whether to pursue it as illegal or let it go.
I seen pictures of it, it seems to be a nice looking piece of
I've been
property.
there twice in 2 weeks. First time I went to come to the door, they said they were at a ball game.
Is this all the way down on the end?
Yeah.
On the north side?
They're fired, yes.
Yeah, Perkins, yeah.
So something in 2019, they bought this, or 2021, it was already done that way. Shoot, how did this get through? And then they sent me that appraisal report. And, it showed it then.
Yeah, I remember, because I remember them saying the power or the water or something was in the other house. Remember that.
So that's coming down the pike. And, again, if it's challenged or it's defeated, and it, can come to you, just like any zoning resolution, if anybody can bring up the zoning commission could, and you can say no. So it's one of the things we don't want to do.
Right.
You certainly don't want to hurt anybody.
No.
I get it. It's tough for you as the trustees, and I hope it doesn't come to my township because you don't want to set precedents, but yet, what do you like I told the folks, I'm pretty forward with what I say. I asked the attorney, would I come here, the township lets me a bulldozer, and should I knock it down?
Right, yeah.
Or I can hire you a dumpster, we can take everything out of it and put in some farm stuff. Some of them had agriculture permits, some didn't. There's a barn in the back that did have one, this one didn't. I talked to Randy on what permits were pulled, and they didn't kind of understand that either. Well, if it was, I said, regardless if it was allowed or not, someone has duped the system and is living in an agricultural fund, has checks, no inspections. Electricity, plumbing, anything. I said, it's more than just, they have an agricultural affidavit, it's in the wrong thing. So, don't mean to go on and on about it. But it's been a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to be fair with them every way as possible. So tomorrow, we'll start that process, and they're going to start getting their papers to the Board of Appeals. I don't know what they've done that. I'm sure there's 100 other phone calls that I had. I know there is, but I'd like to ask, I've been dealing with this for 4 years. It's north on 44, past the Knights of Columbus Hall, a few places. It's always got commercial stuff. The guy that painted insulation there before, and I sent letters, and it's not a commercial building, it's a residential. And now there's landscape. There was signs up hiring for that until I reached out to the the property woman, and that sign's gone. I sent letters, I can't tell you how many times. And then today, for some reason, it just hit me. I said, I'm going to send another one. Because last one said 30 days. Last one went out June 5th, 2025. Almost 1 year to the day, so that's well over 30 days. I told Chad, send a letter, he said, we already did. I said, let's just do it. So we make a resolution, just take this to file charges and take it to court. Are you done with it, or if you're comfortable with it? It's up to you.
Hey, Mr. Chairman.
If it was something that he did 30 days ago, this has been going on for quite some time.
My last letter to them was a year ago tomorrow.
See the guy with the spools?
No. I took some pictures.
So the person's a renter and there's a property owner.
Yeah, property owner who's I deal with. They have a bunch of property behind it. She had questions before and gets letters and threats, and it just doesn't go anywhere. It's S as in Sam, J as in John, G as in Jordan, B as in boy. Investments. I think they're on Bell Street, but that address, physical address of this location is 12183. It's west side of the road. Kind of got a U driveway, small building with a garage door, a trash dumpster out front, and other trash around it, as well as vehicles with labeling on the side.
That's not the one that was falling down, was it, originally?
I don't know.
Is that the one Bogdan was in?
Who?
Bogdan? Yeah, back then was in that building.
Yes. I believe, yeah, because he moved, he's a few more down now, right? He built a big barn.
Yes,
Yeah, that's when he was in.
he had that for storage.
I was sending letters back then.
Okay. It's that way, it's that white brick building. It looks like trash in there. It's just, there's just garbage everywhere, cars.
Didn't there used to be a swimming area there or something?
That's in the back behind it.
Yeah.
That's Twin Lakes or Twin Pools or whatever.
Twin Lakes Pool. Yeah.
Well, what do you want? To make your job easier.
Well, I mean, it's fair, it's fair. I mean, we do this to everybody else, and this has been going on for years. The last one's a year ago. I think I'm a pretty nice guy, actually. I mean,
Well, yeah,
how much time do you give? And Chad said, you already did this. What do you want to do now? I said, yeah, I know we'd like to do it. Because there's just been no response. Nothing personal with anybody. You can push by and see, take a look at it. I know there's 100 other places like that around here, but I think since I've almost been here since 2020. And that should be.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It does. COVID. Yeah, just questions constantly. A lot about Timber Point. Certain things you want to go there, and I'm trying to find where it fits in there. Gentleman wants to have a porta-john thing, but you're not dumping it there. Maybe you can dump it elsewhere. You can't have outside storage. It doesn't say you can have it, doesn't say you can. I mean, most of the things are conditional anyways, but it's not. So I say, hey, it's your gamble. Call the county about running sewer down there, because I think they're going to put some off that force main to go down to Timber Point, because the pump station is right there at Brewster.
Probably getting their own water as well, but, so yeah.
I think that's it. You think we're everything?
All right, do you want us to act on that?
Oh, yeah, the resolution for that, if you would, then you can get to me, Michelle, if you want to do this, then I'll get it to Chad, and I'll probably be $333, just like the other people with
Well, we're gonna go broke on this.
and the folks with the, up from you, with the cars, with the complainants.
How did that turn out?
Well, it doesn't matter what we mail them,
It doesn't go
it
there.
doesn't go anywhere. So he said you could pay for $100 or something, and not have a personal care. I said, you might want to do it. You might want to do that, because there's no other way. That's no deal.
Right.
We'll implement the 505.86 and we'll tow the car somewhere.
John's driveway.
Yeah. That and, the precision body shop.
Yeah. Don't do that. Once you get it in there, he can never get rid of it. What do you think?
Fire away, let's
We'll make a resolution?
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll make that resolution.
For commercial operations.
Yeah.
And any debris that's not been, that I've been harping about for years.
So moved.
Second.
John,
Yes.
Graham,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Okay, Sean, answer them.
Yes, sir.
Please.
That's just a resignation?
Don't get excited. Not yet.
No.
You found that, but you always find that money properly in Chevrolet.
Yeah.
I like to let you know, especially since that's
Absolutely.
almost
Absolutely.
$500 cash, so.
Right.
You're
And I have to go there any day, anytime, whenever, so.
kind of flicking under the fire just in case.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. I
Okay.
got handled. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Samuel Drive. St. James and,
Vincent?
Vincent. It's very well kept up, those two. Seems that Samuel has some issues.
It always has. It always has.
And I think that one at the bottom is going to be a problem.
It's going to be. That's all right. Okay, tell the lady to phone up. I'll just get an administrative search warrant. We'll see if this living quarters is all about, especially if there's no utilities. I don't understand where, what in the southeast sells somebody something.
Right, but there's no relation between the two, right?
As far as I know.
All right, and he doesn't own anything in there.
No,
He's trespassing.
at least.
Yeah. Right.
Then there's,
Yeah.
furthermore,
Garage?
What's that?
the lady owns a building that he's staying in?
No?
No?
She owns the house.
Okay.
2 parcels. He sold the house, and here's the garage.
Yeah.
She bought the house, he's in the garage, he's still kicking the door down or something in the house, and...
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, he's going over to the house, right? Yeah, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a fire, there was a house there, where the garage is. There was a fire there.
That's, yeah.
Guy was from Aurora about that, I thought.
Is it? It's in Samuel, right?
Sam,
Is it on the eastern?
It's east, very far into the east.
About the second or third to the last house on the right.
The elements?
and that was never tied in when they put the sewers through there.
I don't know about that.
And you could find out if you call.
Oh, I could easily.
Call.
Yeah. They love me there, I'll call them.
And then if there's no, yeah, I know, if there's no facilities, then
Back in the day.
you can't live there.
Well, you're right, there would be septic, that's all plumbed, because that pump station is down Winchell as well, it goes down. So when I worked for them, I used to inspect that, so. I'll get some further stuff.
All
before
right,
I-
let's, anything else?
That's not for me, no.
No.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I will call you, you will have a new entry code for the building.
Just remember this one.
You seem to get in on it.
Yeah. I can read.
It's not going to be today or tomorrow, sometime this month.
Can I still get mailbox letters so people can find me?
Yeah, so how is, just on another note, how is your cybersecurity plans doing in your township? Are you moving with that? Because those have to be done by January 20.
We have somebody that's probably hounding you or us like they did you.
Yeah, people are asking me questions on how, can I see what you're doing? I'm like, it's cybersecurity, why would I let you know
They
what I'm
want to
doing?
professionally
Yeah.
and get you in the right direction, like we learned down in.
I didn't know, I'm not asking you for any specific, but are you guys working on?
We haven't, really, these people are supposed to come and meet whoever this is, and they have a family in town, so they think they're partial to Wyndham about this, but we have to do something. As we've seen, if you set in on it in Columbus, the websites, they gotta be ADA compliant, and there's big lawsuits.
Right. Oh, for your what, for the website?
Yeah.
There's a place where you could go and they'll do your website for you for free, and then give you the report. Because ours is like 98.5% good.
For ADA?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same thing that I had, the guy who taught about it, who wants to fix it for you.
Yeah, those guys are like, they're like ambulance chasers now.
Right.
They're knocking on the doors, sending the letters, hey, we can fix your. So, you know what, I'll tell you what, so, maybe for the next meeting, maybe I'll have something I can share with you.
Thank you, and thank you for reminding us of that too, because we really need it. Jenny will be here, Jenny will be here.
All right, we're gonna get going. I thought we were gonna do it 8 o'clock today, but we're close.
We'll shoot for 9?
No. I want to shoot for public comment. Thanks, Rich, for
Thank you.
doing God's work with these people. I don't know how you're not into the sales side.
I checked to see when the other 2 work.
I believe it will be.
Okay.
I'll find out for sure.
Let me know so I can get it. These guys I can see done anytime.
And we'll be right back either way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, public comment. Mark.
Just a couple items here. Our next fundraiser dinner will be next Friday from 4 to 7 over at the gymnasium. The other question was, last meeting, there was a little discussion about the refrigerator running cold over there. Did anybody take a look, see at that? I know when we put our stuff in there for the day and like overnight, I haven't had any issues with our stuff freezing, but the thermometer does say it's below 30.
Anybody put a handheld one in there?
Pardon?
Did anybody put a regular thermometer in there and see what it went to?
Isn't there a gauge on top? Isn't that
On the outside.
on the outside of the refrigerator? And that says 30?
Yeah, it's Pool 30, wasn't it, Tim? Is it still doing it?
I don't know. We had my son shower there and we put stuff in there and it didn't freeze, so
I'll stop in and look tomorrow.
I guess it's possible that the gauge is wrong.
It could be. I'll stop in.
Okay. And,
Oh, you think tomorrow?
no,
That's right.
Next week, okay.
Next
Yeah,
Friday.
I'll stop in tomorrow.
And I noticed the work of the grading across here looks real nice. Glad to see it's happening. I assume that when you say you're not done, you're going to wrap around the corner there in the front. Because I know I don't know if it was Phil or Eric made a comment about like an 8-inch clearance between the siding and the
It's what,
ground level.
yeah, I think it's 6 inches.
Yeah.
It could be 8, I don't know, but I know there's supposed to be.
Yeah, either that or maybe little creek crawlers up into your wood and nasty stuff. So, but just wanted to make a comment on that. Looks nice.
Thank you.
So, that's it. Thank you.
Carol's going. Frank Warwick. I got a lot to say, don't you?
I got a couple of zoning things that I'd like to discuss with Rich. You stated that the Board of Appeals and the church on Frost is gone.
Yeah, I let Mary Ann know, I emailed you that too, and Joni, your chairperson, that they're just withdrawing.
Do you know when that happened? Is there a date that they applied or something?
He just said, he sent me it and said, never mind. That was,
Because I'm on the Board of Appeals now, and it's still on the agenda. I haven't been notified that it's been dissolved.
May 19th, May 27th, I'm trying to make. And I sent it again to the trustees and Joni, I'm sure this time we wants $360 back as well. I'll remind her.
No, that's their job to mine.
Okay.
The other thing is, you mentioned tonight about a conditional use. If it's gone 2 years, it reverts back. Okay, then I got a question to the trustees. The school that the township bought, that is educational when they bought it, and it needed to be educational for 2 more years, used as such. It's 15, and it's not educational. And according to the zoning code, it's supposed to revert back to residential. That was in the zoning when I was on the zoning commission. It's in the book.
Do you want to live in it?
Pardon?
If you want to live in it?
No, the point I'm making, you're having all this discussion about the church, the school. That's supposed to be R1, a district, I think.
Trying to recall, maybe O2.
It's 1 or 2.
It,
Regardless, it's supposed to be residential. And here we're arguing about putting it back on the ballot, and fixing this and that. And if I'm not mistaken, conditional permitted use is for me a person or whatever, like a business. If I die, sell, 2 years, nothing happens, it reverts back. That place on 44 that you're talking about, when I was growing up, it was custom campers for a lot of years. They got a conditional permit for it. They moved to Hudson. Automotive bought that and ran out of there. Never reapplied for conditional use. Automotive sold it to this landscaper. He never applied for a conditional permit.
He's a renter, but the owner has.
Regardless.
Right.
A conditional permitted use, once you die yourself, is void. If somebody buys it, they have to reapply for another conditional use. Nobody applied there. Nobody applied at the school.
That would make sense because the next business Could require completely different
Well,
conditions.
see, yeah, now what happens is if I had a business and I move on and sell my business and sell the property, oh, I was zoned commercial. The guy's gonna think he can do it, and that's what happens in this township.
It should be a good, I hate to say it, court case maybe.
If somebody goes to court, it's in our zoning, we put it in there, but I can't say it wasn't taken out after I got off the board. There's a lot of changes since then.
So you're saying that since it went from educational, talking about the school, it went to educational in 2015,
Whatever.
somebody applied to change it to business and storage.
You have
And
to,
it hasn't been changed.
you have to go through the Board of Appeals
Well,
to
that
change
was-
it from one thing to another.
There was a lot of shenanigans going on. We've never-
Well, it's not only the school, but how many businesses we got all around here, including myself.
Very
It's in
valid.
the- It was in the code, that's all I can tell you.
So what happens if the zoning has been changed and that conditional use is no longer in there? So the new person can't go back and apply for
If
it?
it was abandoned for 2 years, automatically goes back to the original classification, 1, 2, 3, whatever. It has to be reapplied if the person dies, sells, or changes business. When you change business, you might like a car dealer. All right, I'm gonna put in a pool sale. Maybe you don't like it.
What was it before the school? Was there anything there before the school?
What, this?
Yeah.
No, it was always, it
Was
was,
the school? Never, I mean, nothing at all.
no, it was,
On the property, I mean. Was there ever anything on that property?
on what?
On that property, was there, before it was a school, what was on that property?
That property was zone residential.
You mean there was zoning back in 1914?
The book I started,
I don't know.
the book I was charged with started in 1950. It's a red book about.
Yeah, it was at 57.
I was just curious.
I don't know what happened before that.
Would that have been part of that whole
So,
problem?
I'm wondering.
Okay, all right. Anything else?
no, I never.
What school?
Dan?
So, question about the church and what about the water now?
That's on the agenda, that's next. Let's get this thing done. It took five months.
Well, I just don't want to take 5 months for water.
Water's there, buddy.
This
Got it
is-
hooked up.
Danny, this is Mantua Township. Just move slow. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Terry?
I just have a lot of freedom of information.
There's the person that
That's it.
That's it? Wow.
Well, I still have some open, if you guys want.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can chat.
I'll contact with, the guys who are doing mow trimming the last couple of days. Mow trimming. Okay, they're getting ready to put a couple culverts in at the corner of Manway Center there on Pioneer Trail, cross culverts. They've been doing a lot of stuff, they're doing a lot of patching. They've been pretty busy.
The guys, yeah. Did you see what they did over at the School Lane property? They knocked that big pile of rocks down there.
No, but they
Took
told me
it
it's
all, took
reported.
it all out there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a nice
Because I was thinking the same thing you were thinking when you saw all those rocks there. It's some of those.
I went in there and I go, why the frick dumped all these rocks?
Yeah, right.
And I asked Brian, I said, Brian, all these rocks came from that? He goes, I put it in. They cleaned up all of it.
Yes, yeah, it's
It's
nice.
nice, it's real nice.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, my goodness.
Did they clean the big treatment plant, you know? What, did they go around the treatment plant school?
No,
I forgot to ask you.
no, well, I can't bring it up tomorrow.
Right. That's what I won't bring. Steve wants to come in and do his thing. Just take straight out of
Do you have any questions? I'll make a motion to pay all the bills for Julie. She's got a stack full of bills to sign.
Second.
I told you guys.
Got a second?
John,
Yes.
Brian,
No.
one bell.
Okay, let's get her. Would you want to read it first?
What's that?
We are.
I know. Hey, this is a bench.
Yeah.
The fire department is like over there. I'll bet they signed $100 or, check to it.
That's not good. We have a graphic. Yes, this is good.
I remember Mark.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Weather professional.
And
You
then
want us
here,
to keep this in?
here are the dates. Well, we just at least do the checks and the dates and then.
Really? Wasted.
Yep, we'll be the first payment on that, and I think we're gonna be okay for the form days. I don't think the 17th, the keyboard player can do it. I think the 10th was okay. These people are bad at it, not getting back, reading it and not saying anything. That's why I do it. I get your guys, book it. Wait, I have things we didn't say you did.
You're playing at Scott's?
Yes.
Oh, I'll be there. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. We just got the corn maze planted and we got like 50 acres of hay down.
I think the maze should be me.
Got a ring coming in Saturday, right?
What's that?
Got a ring coming in Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. We got to get that hay all done by Saturday.
John, you weren't gonna read my nice email of accolades from that young lady?
I'm sorry?
You were gonna read my nice email from accolades from that young lady?
I thought I did. Hey, you know what I wanted to know? I sent you the new invoice from people that bought it.
Yes.
So we knocked that $1,200 off.
Yeah.
It's 9,200, it was not.
Yeah.
I just got it, it did not get in the shop.
Thankless job, Rich.
Very good.
One that I'll get shot at.
Yeah.
I'll get shot at these kids. Just shoot back.
Yeah.
Two of those are deeds, one is a transfer deed in case you see on top of it. One cousin transferred it to the other cousin.
You get somebody for a Robin's replacement? No?
No, we're not.
We're good?
Supposedly Dan was supposed to be at the meeting tonight.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. He didn't show, so.
he didn't show. I told him, don't ask me that question no more.
Yep.
Done ask, done it. Done. You guys have a sexton?
We did.
Oh, do you?
John, you told me there's nobody in Portage County that does.
Go look in it then. I think they're the only ones.
Said so. They had one. He ain't one.
Yeah, our formal fiscal officer is because for a while there she was, and then they found out it's illegal for anyone else other than a third party to be sexton, especially fiscal officers.
Say that again?
They can't, she could never legally do it. I'm not sure the trustees can either.
What about employee?
Employee, I think.
No, there's no.
It specifies fiscal officer.
No, we don't have a sexton position available in this town. So whoever grabs the phone, you don't need to be a sexton to celebrate.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we don't have a sexton position.
Ours was doing it back in early 2000s and they found out, so she had to give it up. But now that she retired as fiscal officer, she's back for sexton for $500 a month. All she does is make out deeds.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it's good living.
Yep.
Well, the fiscal officer makes out the deeds, don't they?
Yeah, the
That's
fiscal officer has.
Well, Well, she sells the lots. And maybe sends the papers over to our fiscal officer.
Right, that's what
She's the
Robin
one-
did.
Yeah.
Same thing,
Mhm.
and Julia did the deed.
So we have no more sexton. Somebody has to go show people that
Right.
we're trustees, we don't get paid for that.
Right.
Save them money.
There's weird rules.
John said-
Very weird rules with that. If in the absence of the zoning inspector, you know who the only one can be?
Chairman?
The fiscal officer.
Really?
Trustees cannot. Fiscal officer has to be.
Holy shit, John, you said it for somebody at one time.
What happened?
For a zoning inspector, if something happens to him, she's gotta be the zoning inspector.
Me? Okay, cool.
It's easy.
I don't think it's easy, but I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem going up door to door and saying,
Clean your act up.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine her going out there? Do what I say or you're done.
Shaw said no, just remember that philosophy.
Everyone have a good evening.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you, Rich.
Good night.
Really appreciate it.
See you, man.
You're the best, Rich.
Let me know if you got that check, and then I'll have you guys all sign it and leave it on your desk.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Oh, you know, part of your contract is you can never quit.
Oh, yeah. I said, don't worry, I'll get killed in line of duty. Just make sure, Chief is there with his
Hey,
class A's.
We'll give you a spot in the town area.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Can you type up,
John,
or do you want me to, but can you type up like a thank you from the trustees and fiscal officer for Barb Wagner for all the good stuff she did this year?
I'll keep signing this.
damn.
This should not end up like this much longer. A lot of this was because the Guardian, the Anthem, and the Ohio Edison were not put in the system from January 1st. And I think I got everything caught up now. So, I think we're good.
You've done a hell of a job, Michelle.
I'm telling you.
Listen, and this is why I wanted to go to executive session. I think it's bullshit, and I know we're on, I don't care. I think it's bullshit. We can't go in executive session for anything that we deem necessary that doesn't need to be in the public's eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Can we just go to do that?
it makes sense, but Ohio Revised Code says you can't do that.
I know, I get it, but.
But there's a lot of things.
Yeah, okay, so then you want to say the three trustees can't meet and vote or something?
Yeah.
As long as you make a statement that, hey, guys, this is an informational.
Yeah, informational.
That's
Yeah.
only. I mean, we've always done that. And the problem is, and I'm not gonna mention any names, but before I became trustee, the big problem was the trustees, every day Wednesday before the meeting, they all got into one person's garage and made all the ahead of time, made all the,
Well, if we're gonna
How you doing, Grant?
continue talking about that school, it needs.
I think I'm done, I think we made our point.
I think so.
Right.
I think so.
You don't think we made that point?
Well, you made a point, but it ain't gonna stop.
What are you gonna say?
It'll.
Oh no, they'll bring the troops in next time.
But you can't have an open discussion like that and get out of here at a reasonable time.
No.
No, because it happens every time.
Graham, we used to be here, Jason and we used to be here till like 12, like 11:59. You can't go past 12 midnight, because it's another day. Because they're just
I can guarantee you, I'm not sitting here that long.
on and on and on.
It's the same old thing.
It's never stops.
It just, Graham, I tried to lay it out when I first became, fire department wise, what they could do with the building. And man, they didn't want to hear that. No, you're wrong. Yeah, I said, you can go talk to any building inspector, you can go and talk to any fire marshal you want, I'm not wrong, okay? You're not gonna get exempt from life safety.
No,
Just
we're
because
not,
the
we're
building
not.
is
He
historic.
kept bringing up, made it sound like you guys purposely took, that's what he was
No,
trying
no,
to do.
sure, that's what it does. That's exactly what it does.
Look, he knew exactly what happened. All the way through.
And I wasn't gonna embarrass him, but I will the next time when there's more people here.
This is not a secret.
Well, I mean, even, I don't know how you would ever word it, or put it on the ballot anyways, but I think.
Real easy. We want to put the salt shed and we want to put other stuff over there. That's what we want to do. You want that or you want this building? But again, right now, the way it seems right now, guys, the problem is the township has already spent over $3 million on that building. It's got nothing to freaking show for it. I mean, we put the kibosh on that thing a while back. We're not doing nothing anymore. We're not fixing it. Yeah, we didn't fix it. When's the last time we spent big money on it?
Well, yeah.
On that building?
But John,
Besides-
besides,
Go ahead. What?
can't say what I want to say.
Boy, he probably went to $50 worth of stickers out.
Shit,
Even
a couple maple trees anyhow.
tell me what I did. I was there.
I know you would.
Michelle, so that's what I was after. I just need to try and figure out where the hell that money lies. So I know what projects we can do, what we can't do, because I know.
No, and I need to know what we're gonna do next year so I can budget it properly.
Right, and we don't know what we're gonna get from,
I do know I have my revenue, but
okay,
I need to know, that we're trying to already get my revenue,
right,
of what I'm gonna put in my revenue,
right.
and what we're gonna get next year. There is,
But I'm talking about like for this year though. Okay, what, you haven't got July's money yet, or whatever, how, August?
yeah, we have not gotten that.
Do you know what that, is that part of your,
That's part of the appropriations.
Right.
Not what's in the bank,
right, gotcha.
part of the appropriations, so yes, we do have the money to spend.
But I do think that there is money there obviously to do some of these smaller projects.
Yes.
I want to do.
Yes.
Get it over. And I will find out, or you can find out, as far as financing for the truck. I don't know what.
It was through KS Bank, I believe.
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah,
So I can look into that and see what they need
right.
from us.
And it wasn't much.
Right.
Sorry. Graham, is Dan okay with, you know, I hate to have somebody quote something and then have to not, you know.
Well, that was my bad, I didn't know, I mean, I told him to put a key lock on it. I was just thinking that would eliminate keys.
Yeah,
You're done with them. Now I need to sign this. I can get this, okay.
And I didn't even think of it when I'm talking, but I got it.
And so the next step is going to be is to get we're going to get the invoice that we paid.
I said I
And
was
we're going to
going
put it under insulating the glass. That's what we're going
Right
to
here.
You want me to
I have
talk this over?
I asked Ronnie and I.
So yes, okay.
Roy and I.
You're gonna-
And then there should be a line.
Jeremy, did you get one?
You're supposed to test
I
these.
know, we just want that all
From
Oh,
the
this one.
stairs going down.
Yeah, front wall, when you go in the kitchen, you see the cover walls there? Yeah, same thing. That foundation, how that foundation works, you would, all the way up.
Right?
Guaranteed. I have to go back to the,
I don't, and that's part of the problem. A lot of guys don't know how they're gonna do that.
We'll get it on there.
Yeah, it's like they have a hell of a long one, or, because they didn't want to drill holes from the outside. And everything. here quickly. Because we looked at this before, and then clientele got a little antsy, just like it did today.
Okay, then this is what? Individual authorized.
She don't know herself.
Yeah, that's what I put on.
That's usually the main place for me, on that office, she's been between Mark and Carol and Dave. And Lynn
My dog stayed in the building.
And what's wrong with the office? It's nothing. I'm trying to say, listen, you still gotta fix that shit, dude.
You can edit this, right?
Oh, boy. But, I'll see you next one.
I need to know.
Hey, John.
Yes.
It'd been nice to know that we got the electric installed over there.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't tell you?
Hey, John. It'd been nice if we knew that the electric was changed over there.
He actually called me. And I went downstairs and turned on.
I'll let you know.
Our breakers on.
Put me on notice. You gotta put my one last name, John. Oh, it's clicking, John. What's that mean? You running out of tape? Hey, just to let you know, I have my hearing aids in by next month. They should be on order.
They're gonna help you?
I thought, then I'll have to turn it, there's a knob on there that goes to select, so.
It's like for all the worries of this.
Yeah,
Sometimes it may be a blessing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, hey, so if you see me take them out, you'll know.
I'm already accused of selective hearing. Did you hear what I said? What?